Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, this is your first video that you're seeing of mine. Hi, I'm Megan, and for those of you who are new subscribers and those of you who've been subscribed to me for the last couple months since I started this YouTube channel, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I do see each and every one of you kind of following me and making comments, and hopefully I'm trying to get through those comments and either like or reply back to them. So I do see all of you, and like I said, I do really appreciate your support, and I hope to continue making videos for you. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video, which is going to be my word for 2019 and my 2019 goals. All right, so each year I choose a word, and that's going to be the word that I focus on for the year. I've done this for the last couple years, basically since I really got into planning and I first heard about this. So 2 years ago, my word was strength. No, sorry, 2 years ago, my word was intention. Last year, my word was strength, and this year, my word is action. So what I've found in the last couple years that I've really gotten into planning is that I've been focusing so much on the planning aspect of things. I'm really good at planning, but I realized that I'm not actually doing a lot of the things that I have planned, or there's a lot of hesitation. And that hesitation, at least in the last 3 or 4 months, has hurt me in some situations where I've waited too long to actually do what I needed to do. And so the results I was looking for were not there. So my goal this year is to action, do what I need to do. Yes, I need to stop and think about it and make sure it's a good decision. But once I know that this is a good decision or it's something I need to do, I need to just do it. I cannot hesitate. I cannot wait around and procrastinate. I need to just do it. So action is my word for the year. What's your word for the year? Leave that down in the comments below. All right, let's get into my goals for this year. So what I'm sharing with you in this video are all long-term goals. This is what I hope to achieve and what I'd like to achieve by the end of 2019. So I'm not gonna go into specifics of how I'm going to achieve these goals. That's something that might show up in other videos that you'll kind of see as I'm doing plan with me's, but I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here because that would take forever. So if you're watching this video or listening to this video and you're like, wow, one, there's a lot of goals and that she has, and two, how is she going to achieve that? Don't worry, I do have a plan, a plan for small achievable steps that I can take each week and actually achieve that will lead me towards my long-term goal. So I'm not trying to set myself up for failure. I'm trying to set myself up for success by having smaller goals. I'm just not talking about those smaller goals. All right, so let's get into it. I've divided them up into categories. So my first category is going to be YouTube and social media related, and also kind of planner related because they're all connected with this YouTube channel. So one thing I'd like to do, and the exception would be this week, but I'd like to try and upload videos at least 2 times a week and make them more consistent. So having one video at the beginning of the week, either Monday or Tuesday, and one video a little bit closer towards the end of the week. One of the issues I've been having with uploading videos regularly, especially with the holiday season coming around, is that I don't actually have internet at my house. I use the data plan on my phone to access the internet while I'm at home, and then I have the internet, and then I use the internet at work and at the library. So that's where I'm uploading a lot of my videos. That's worked out for me fine in the past. We did this purposely so that my husband and I could save money because we don't use the internet usually. But as I've become, started creating videos and getting into YouTube a little bit more, it's becoming more of a challenge. So I'm finding that I just need to manage my time a little bit better so I can find those times on when I can upload the videos, and then they will be more consistent. So my apologies for December and this beginning of January where things have been kind of sporadic and you didn't know when a video was going up. My goal is to make it more consistent this year. Another thing I'd like to do is upload more reading videos. Reading is one of my passions, and I find that being accountable for it on YouTube has really helped me in remembering what I've read and really kind of taking a step back and looking and kind of analyzing what I've read and saying, is this actually good reading material? Do I want to continue reading this author or this type of book, or should I move on to something different? So, and it's helped me become, I think, part of a larger community, both here on YouTube and also online on Facebook and on Goodreads. So I want to continue posting reading videos, probably TBR lists, reading wrap-ups. I'm not thinking I'm going to do any individual book reviews because I feel like I'm not as eloquent as some other booktubers are. I don't get my ideas out in such a concise manner, and it takes me a really long time to do like reading wrap-ups. For planner related videos, I'm thinking of cutting back a little bit on the Erin Condren Plan With Me's. I'm noticing that they're not as popular as my Hobonichi videos, and that I get a lot of the traffic on my channel is from Hobonichi videos. So I'm gonna do more Hobonichi Plan With Me's, more kind of flip throughs and talking about how I use the different sort of Hobonichi planners and maybe other types of planners, but maybe less Plan With Me's about the Erin Condren. I still want to do them because for me they're a lot of fun, but maybe not as often. All right, I'm also thinking about, but my goal is to post more on Instagram. My goal is 3 times a week on Instagram. In the past, Instagram has kind of been the thing that falls to the very bottom of my list of priorities when things get busy, and it's super easy. You know, I snap a picture, I spend 30 seconds editing, and then I go back and post it. But for some reason, it just is something that I don't do. So I'd like to do that more and just be a little bit more interactive with the Instagram community. All right, reading goals. I have a lot of reading goals, and I've actually filmed this video several times because I keep forgetting a reading goal. So the first one is to participate in 2 yearly challenges. So you have the Pop Sugar Ultimate Reading Challenge, and you have the Harry Potter Order of the Planners Reading Challenge. The Harry Potter Order of the Planners is a spin-off reading group that is Harry Potter and planner related, and it is a Facebook group. So I'll leave links to all of this information down below in case you're interested. But they're 2 year-long challenges that I am participating in. There's also a couple of monthly and weekly like readathons and reading challenges I want to participate in, like the Magical Readathon, the Toon Topple, the Reading Rush, which used to be Booktubeathon, and then Paige from Creating & Co. Here on YouTube and also on Facebook has created her own weekly readathons, and she has, I think, she has one in February, I think one in like June, during the summer, one in August, September, and then one in October. And so I'd like to participate in some of those as well. All right, another thing I'd like to do is to read 50 books by the end of this year. I did manage to get 50 books in 2018, and so that's my goal again for 2019. I'd also like to read more adult books. So last year I read a lot of YA novels, which is great. Nothing wrong with YA novels, but I'd like to expand my horizons and read some more adult fiction, adult nonfiction, mystery, suspense, that sort of thing. I feel like I just want to have a little bit more depth in what I'm reading. Another goal is to, and this is the one that I keep forgetting, but it's so important, is that I cannot continue to start books and not finish them. I have a very bad habit of getting about 50 pages into my books and then putting them down and not forgetting about them, but not wanting to read them. And then I have like 6 or 7 or 8 books that I've started, and then I'm rushing to finish books because they're due at the library or overdue at the library and I have to pay fines on them. It's a big ordeal. I want to avoid it. So my goal for this year is, if I have 4 books that I have started, I have to finish one of them before I continue and start a new book. I cannot have more than 4 unfinished books that I'm reading. So right now I have 3 unfinished books that I'm in the middle of. I can't go beyond 4. That's a goal. My last reading goal is that on my bookshelves, my personal bookshelves, I have about 40 unread books, and I would like to get through half of those books by the end of the year. My ultimate goal, like 2 2-year long-term goal is to have only on my shelves books that I've read and books that I love and want to hold on to. But I'm not there yet. So my goal for this year is to read 20 of those books, half of those books, decide if I want to keep them, and if not, they get donated to the library. So for health and wellness, my big kind of goal is that I would like to have intentional movement every day. And so what that means is that I want to focus on exercise, and it needs to be at least 15 minutes a day, but I want to make sure that it's not incidental, meaning like I don't want to say like, oh, I'm running late to work, so I'm going to run to the bus stop and count that as exercise. No, that's just me being late and having bad time management. I want to actually say like, all right, I'm going to spend 15 to 20 minutes downstairs in the gym or in my own place, or outside, and actually go for a run, lift some weights. Even if I'm just doing stretching for 15 minutes, it is intentional. I am stopping everything else and just doing this movement. And so that's my goal. Another thing I'd like to do is to have a more regular sleep cycle. And so how I decided to do this is to basically charge my phone outside of the bedroom at night. So about 40 minutes before bed, that's where my bedtime routine is going to start. The phone will stay outside on a charger. I will be in my room. I will use books. I'll have a book by the bedside table. I'll do some journaling. That's where I wind down. In the morning, I will use my Apple Watch to wake up as an alarm, because that to me is less disruptive than a phone. And then I cannot touch my phone until after I take a shower and get dressed. So that way I'm already up out of bed and I'm less likely to like scroll through Instagram, scroll through Facebook, and get lost in scrolling and kill like 30 minutes. So that's my goal for less phone time, less screen time, and a better sleep cycle. All right, so other kind of health related goals. So just better skincare, better body care. Basically, I wanna make sure that I'm moisturizing more and taking care of my skin. When it comes to my hands, I know that if you've watched any of my planner related videos, then you'll notice my nails are quite short. I am a nail biter and a nail picker, and it is very much due to stress, and work related stress is the biggest issue. When I'm on vacation, especially vacation for like a week or 2 weeks, I don't bother my nails. They grow out, they look a lot nicer. So I wanna focus on preventative or like preemptive care for my hands. So keeping them moisturized, keeping the nails filed and smooth, because when I get stressed, I start to pick at the rough edges of my skin and of my nails. And so I wanna try and avoid that by having everything smooth and moisturized beforehand. All right, last 2 goals for health and wellness. One is less snacking. So less snacking on like candy and chips, and then also buying less coffee, and just drinking more tea and more unsweetened tea, so I can cut down on sugar and I can cut down on unhealthy like fatty carbs, like junk carbs. All right, and then the last one is to run 2.5 marathons. No, that doesn't make sense. The last one is to run 2 half marathons. There we go. So I'm looking for not a marathon. No marathons for me yet. I'm looking for a half marathon in the April or May timeframe, and then I definitely will be doing a half marathon at the end of November. So those are my health and wellness goals. The other goals that I have, I'm gonna kind of just group them all together, but a really big goal for me is to submit job applications and get a job. So I do have a part-time job currently, but it's not in the field that I studied my master's program in, and I want to go in that direction and get a full-time job. So I need to actually act and complete cover letters, complete job applications, and submit them, because in the past I've been waiting too long and then the job openings have closed. So basically I need to stop hesitating and put in job applications. I would like to do more decluttering and more like KonMari style decluttering, and making sure I keep things that spark joy and getting rid of the things that I am not finding useful and not really happy with. Another thing I'd like to do is more journaling. So I do have this Tetra that I am using for a journal, and so I am planning to do journaling each day. And if I can't fill this with actual like thoughts and ideas, like there's nothing going on that day, then I'd like to fill it with some sort of drawing or doodling. Basically, I want to really kind of utilize this notebook, this planner, to its full potential. Another thing I just need to be aware of is how much money I'm spending on eating out, getting coffee, not only for health reasons, but also because it just adds up over time, how much money I'm spending on stickers and planner related stuff. I have so much planner stuff right now. I'm thinking I might do some decluttering specifically with my planner related stuff. But right now I have Erin Condren kits all the way through summer, and that's a lot. So just kind of being really aware of where my money is going and thinking carefully before I spend the money on, do I need it? Because most likely I do not. All right, so those are my goals for 2019. It's kind of like, blah, here's all this information at you. So if you are still here and still watching about 15 to 20 minutes into this video, thank you so much for sticking with me. Let me know down in the comments below what some of your goals are and if you have any similar goals to mine or some very, very different ones. Thank you so much for watching and your support. I hope your new year is going well. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.